Our next fight up that we've got to talk about is a battle between rising stars. We've got Nathaniel Wood taking on Kenney, man. Nathaniel Wood 17-4, Kenney 15-2-1. Two guys that are both bet on fighters for me going head to head here. Nathaniel Wood fights long. He's got a good check hook, a big right hand. He's got a nice kind of jabbing front kick. He almost uses that teep push kick as a jab. He's got strong hips. And then when the fight does go to the ground, it's usually on his terms. He's hard to take down, but he's got a 6 submission game on him once he gets it there. Casey, on the other hand, he's doing the quick turnaround thing. It's his second fight, I think, in a month. Heavy leg kicks. The last time out, we saw him absolutely destroy poor Alatang. No idea how that guy made it to the judges' scorecards with the way Kenney's kicks were working on his body. Good head movement from Casey. He's a wrestler first, a scramble master type of fighter, sick jiu-jitsu, but his striking has obviously caught up to his ground game, and his new kicking attacks, I think, are on point. I think they're ready to go. I'm a little bit biased here. I love my man Kenney, and I'm tempted to play him here. However, how often do you get Nathaniel Wood as a dog? He's sitting about plus 160 right now, and Kenney's a minus 185 favorite. I gotta wonder if the line isn't a little bit wide, even though I feel like Casey's the right side here. Matt, what do you feel?
I thought it was a little bit wide as well. And I thought one of the interesting sort of, ironic twist to this fight is, I think that in this matchup, Kenney is the better wrestler. I think his wrestling is unbelievable. But what's funny about that is his only loss in the UFC is both of these guys are 4-1, is to a wrestler in Marab. And on the other side, I think Wood is the better striker, but his only loss in the UFC is by knockout. So both of these guys, we think of their strengths. One is striking, but the striker got knocked out. And on the other side, one of them is a wrestler who lost to a wrestler. And, at the wrestling game in this. So I think it's real interesting. You're right. In Kenney's last fight, he did nothing but show off that new striking game. But I still think at the end of the day, this one is going to go one of two ways. If they stay on their feet and Kenney falls in love with his new striking game, and don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with his new striking game. I really think Kenney is evolving as a true legitimate contender at 135. But I also think if it's a pure striking match, that length of Wood, the crispness and the technical striking is going to take over a little bit. I think Kenney's best route to win this is to constantly get takedowns. Even if Wood keeps getting back up, if Kenney could continue to get takedowns, land some ground and pound, he's going to win a decision in this fight. And I think he could do it pretty easily. I don't think he's going to sub Nathaniel Wood, who's really slick off his back, has those long limbs, causes them all kind of problems. I don't even think he should go for submissions. I just think he should try to get takedowns, land some ground and pound, get some ground control, and win this thing on points. I'm with you. I feel like if this line was 165, which isn't that far from where it is, I might lay Kenney. But at 190, it's a complete pass for me. But I also will say if it gets to 220, I might be on Nathaniel Wood. It's that close in variance in terms of where this fight is.
I completely understand that, and I feel you. For everybody listening, we are talking sports betting. The number matters a whole heck of a lot in this sport. It's the most variance affected sport, in my opinion, on the planet. And if you're getting a fighter who's extremely talented and live like Nathaniel Wood around that plus 190, plus 200 range, that's a hell of a live dog, in my opinion. So I'm right there with you. I'm kind of hoping the money continues to come in on Wood so I can make a play on Kenney. I do think he gets it done, and I think you're right. I think the ground control time will factor. I think that's something that's a solid path to victory for him there. And I don't know, those body kicks. I think he can get to him with those body kicks. I kind of envision this one going to decision, though. I don't think anybody's getting finished. What do you think about that?
I don't think so either. And I don't want to call that knockout loss to John Dodson fluky. Because I know some people are saying, well, the ref stopped it early, or he might have jumped in a little early there and Wood was still there. Dodson rocked Nathaniel Wood, and it was legit. And, whether it was an earlier stoppage or not, Dodson did rock him and then deserved to get that knockout victory in that fight, I thought. But at the end of the day, I think Wood isn't a pure power striker. I think his length and just snappy technical striking has caused people some problems on the regional scene. But I think here on the big stage against somebody as good as Casey Kenney, I think if they stay standing, he'll be able to outwork him just by a little bit because Casey Kenney's striking is really good. Whereas if Casey Kenney can start getting this to the ground, same thing. He'll be able to outwork him a little bit. Top control, ground and pound. I agree. I do think it's going the distance. And I favor, in a pick 'em, obviously, I favor Casey Kenney, but the odds are always the great equalizer. And I think the odds are just about right. I think what's that perfect line right in this fight where you would never even want either side because you couldn't imagine value? It'd be Casey Kenney minus 180, and we're pretty close to that.
I feel you. I completely agree. And as much as it hurts, this one might be the perfect fireball and popcorn fight on the card here. Get a drink, get a snack, just sit back and enjoy the MMA. This is going to be a hell of a fight. Neither of these guys can really afford to take that step back. So there's a lot on the line here, and it should be a hell of a fight.
Yeah, and the winner's going to get a big fight.
Oh, yeah, yeah. The winner of this one gets propelled into legitimate contender status, for sure.